Level 1. $0. The most expensive thing a woman will ever do to you costs $14. You do not know this yet. You are 22, standing in a bar you cannot afford, about to buy a drink for a woman whose name you will never learn. You hand it to her. She takes the glass, says thank you eyes on yours, and walks it across the room to the man she actually came with. You watch your $14 travel 30 feet in someone else's hand. The drink does not look back either. You are invisible. Not rejected. Rejected would mean she saw you first. You exist below the line where sorting begins. You do not qualify for number. You qualify for nothing. That changes. You are about to spend 30 years and $100 billion trying to get that glass back. When it finally returns, you will understand that the $14 was never what she took. Level 2. $25,000. Your first customer at the phone store is a woman returning a phone her ex-boyfriend bought her. She wants to know if the refund goes to her or to him. Store policy says the purchaser. Of course it does, she says. And in the way she says it, you hear something you will hear at every level of wealth for the next 30 years. A woman recalculating whether a transaction was worth standing in front of you. You have a studio apartment now, a bed frame, a bank account that holds a balance instead of a countdown. You also have a dating profile, which means you have a second job you did not apply for. Being assessed by women who have more options than you have furniture. First date from the app. You suggest coffee. She counter-suggests a restaurant. You check your bank app under the table to $11.47. She orders a $19 pasta. You order the same thing, not because you want it, but because doing visible math in front of a woman costs more than anything on the menu. You date her for 3 months. She introduces you at a friend's birthday party. This is my friend. You are holding 2 drinks you paid for. My friend. You sit in your studio that night, shoes off, and run the arithmetic no one asked for. $340 a month. That is what friend costs when you are the one paying and she is the one naming. The man who will one day be worth $100 billion is sitting on a second-hand mattress, calculating the monthly price of a word. The math does not make you angry. It makes you specific. You now know exactly what the label costs per month and exactly what it means when someone chooses a free word over an expensive truth. Her Instagram that night. A photo from the party. You are not in it. Maria's feed appears in your Explore page. Same cocktail from the bar. Nicer venue. Same man. The algorithm shows you what you already know. The drink has not come back. It is not even in the same building. You pass the coding bootcamp. A company emails about a junior developer role. You tell your girlfriend, the one who calls you her friend at parties and stays in your bed on weeknights. Both of those things are true at the same time. Neither of them is the whole truth. She asks, "So what does that pay?" before she asks what the job is. The question has the same weight as that $14 drink, same direction, same distance, same woman deciding what you are worth before she decides who you are. You do not know yet what happens when the answer gets larger. You are about to learn that the question does not change. Only the vocabulary around it does. Level 3. $100,000. You tell a woman on a date that you are a software engineer. Her posture changes. Not dramatically. She leans forward 2 inches and uncrosses her arms. You notice the 2 inches the way a trader notices a price shift on a ticker he has been watching for months. You are now watching everything. Your ex from the 25,000 era, the one who called you her friend while you held her drinks, texts you 72 hours after you post a photo with your new car. "Hey, stranger with smiling emoji." Your last message to her, 8 months ago, unanswered. "I miss you." Her reply now, "OMG, is that a BMW?" The archaeological precision of her timing could get her a job at NASA. You are starting to see the interval. 3 days for the ex. A colleague at work invites you to lunch the week after your promotion hits Slack. Not the week before. Monday announcement, Thursday invite. 3 days. The same gap. You are not imagining the pattern. The pattern does not require your participation to exist. Dinner date. Cloth napkins. You offer to pay. She lets you. No wallet reach, no polite protest, no performance of hesitation. Just a comfortable silence where the reaching used to be. You realize you preferred this to the $25,000 split check anxiety. Then you realize what you paid for, not dinner, the absence of her discomfort. Comfort is the product. You are the vendor. Both of those things are true. You prefer the version where you do not name them. Maria is at a mutual friend's birthday. The host introduces you. Maria's face does something, not recognition, but the absence of the blankness from the bar. She places you now. She did not place you then. The drink stays in her hand. The glass has stopped traveling. The humiliation is paused, not resolved. Your side project gets traction, real users, revenue, the kind of numbers that change what women hear when you talk. The woman you are dating listens with genuine curiosity. But the curiosity has a texture you recognize from the 2-inch lean, the 3-day text, the Thursday lunch invite. She is not evaluating you. She is evaluating the trajectory. This pattern started at 25,000. It will operate identically at 100 billion. The vocabulary gets more expensive. The mechanism does not move. You are the vehicle. She is watching the road ahead. The difference between those two things is something you can feel at every dinner but cannot say without sounding like a man who does not deserve what he has. So you do not say it. You keep watching the 2 inches. The 2 inches keep telling you the truth. Level 4. $500,000. Your realtor calls you an excellent candidate. Your date that night calls you ambitious. You hear the same word twice in one day from 2 women who want different things from you. Ambitious is a compliment that never travels alone. It always carries an invoice. You update your dating profile. Same photos, same face, same haircut. You change the job title. Matches increase 340%. You read the number twice. 340%. Your face did not change. Your bone structure did not change. The 6 letters after the comma changed. You screenshot the analytics because you need proof that the thing you suspect is true is true. You do not show the screenshot to anyone. The proof is not for them. It is for the version of you that still believes the lean was personal. At a dinner party, the woman you are seeing introduces you to her friends. This is Marcus. He's the CTO at Venn. Job title before first name. You have been professionally alphabetized. At 0, you were invisible. At 25,000, you were my friend. At 100,000, you were a name someone remembered. At 500,000, you were a title with a man attached. The label got bigger. The man stayed the same size. You sit with this at dinner while she talks to you the way people talk to titles, with the specific warmth reserved for people whose decisions might affect their future. You are not a person at this table. You are an adjacent outcome. A woman at a networking event gives you her phone number unprompted. This has never happened before in the entire history of your face. You feel attractive for 10 seconds. Then you replay the conversation. She asked your company, your role, and your equity structure before she asked your first name. The number on the napkin is not for you. It is for what you represent. The napkin does not know the difference. Neither, increasingly, do you. You put the napkin in your pocket. You never call. The not calling is not about her. It is about the 10 seconds of feeling attractive and the precise moment you realize those seconds were for the title. The title does not have a face. Maria DMs you about a startup event. Professional tone with smiling emoji. You remember the $14. You go anyway. At the event, she offers to get you a drink. You decline. First time the glass has moved in your direction. You do not take it. The refusal is small. The geometry is not. Your girlfriend says when we scale the engineering team about your company. We. The pronoun shifted without paperwork, without negotiation, the way a border moves at night while both countries are sleeping. You do not correct her. You file it. The we will have a lawyer attached at the next level, and the lawyer will arrive before you have finished deciding whether the we was love or positioning. Both, probably. That is the answer to most questions from here forward. Both. Level 5. $1 million. The we has a lawyer. You were right about that. Your girlfriend's friend, who's an attorney, calls the same week the exit is announced. Not aggressively. Gently. The way someone delivers information they have delivered to other people in other relationships at other exit valuations. You sit across from a woman you sleep next to, listening to her discuss your cap table as if reading from a menu she has seen at other tables. The exit has not closed, and the relationship already has terms. You go to a party in a different tax bracket. The women here do not ask what you do. That question is for the $100,000 tier. They ask where you went to school, which fund you are with, who introduced you to whom. Same filtering, different vocabulary. The spreadsheet your ex ran when she texted, "Hey stranger," after the car photo is the same spreadsheet operating in this room. The software upgraded. The function did not. A woman you slept with once, 6 months ago, texts from a number you do not recognize. Congrats on the exit! So proud of you with raised hands emoji. You did not give her this number. You did not give her the old one. You are starting to think the number found her the way water finds the lowest point. Gravity is not personal. It is structural. Your mother calls on a Sunday, asks when you are going to find someone nice. You sit with the word, nice. At 0, nice meant kind. At 25,000, nice meant patient. At 100,000, nice meant interested. At 1,000,000, nice means verifiable. You can now afford nice. You can no longer confirm it. The budget for nice is infinite. The budget for certainty is 0. You take a different woman to a restaurant you could not have entered at 25,000. The hostess seats you immediately. Your date does not notice. She has always been seated immediately. The gap between your two versions of normal is the width of the table and the depth of everything you cannot explain without sounding like someone she did not agree to have dinner with. The menu has no prices. You are the person expected not to need them. Maria is at the same restaurant. Different table, different man. She sees you. For the first time, she looks longer than you do. The gaze has inverted. She is tracking you now. Neither of you moves. Neither speaks. You both know what changed. How much of it is the number and how much is not? Both. Neither. That question is the answer to everything in this story, and neither of you has it. Both of you are holding a drink. Same room. Same level now. The glass is not traveling. It is a mirror. But equilibrium between two people with this history does not feel like balance. It feels like a document neither of you signed, but both of you are reading. What happens when even this equilibrium is not enough, when the sorting moves from spreadsheets to choreography, is something you will feel before you see it. You are about to feel it. Level 6, $10 million. The exit money became a company. The company became a name. Women approach you at events now, not randomly, in sequence. One makes eye contact from across the room. Another appears beside you with a reason to stand there. A third mentions a mutual connection. You start timing it. 4 minutes between each approach. You wonder whether the 4 minutes are trained, biological, or proof that you are losing your mind. All three are possible. None of them are comforting. You date a woman who has her own money. Real money, not doing well money. For the first time in years, you exhale. Then she mentions your portfolio while introducing you to her friends. You hear portfolio where you expected boyfriend. Even equal money does not eliminate the appraisal. The spreadsheet persists at every income level. It just switches from Excel to Bloomberg. You sit with the word portfolio at 2 a.m, alone, in a house you own outright. Portfolio, not partner, not boyfriend, portfolio. The word is honest in a way she did not intend, and the honesty is the thing keeping you awake. An ex sends a congratulatory email after a Forbes feature. 6 sentences, professionally worded, emotionally loaded. I always knew you'd do something incredible. You read, I always knew, and here I left too early. The email is 6 sentences. The subtext is 6 years. You do not reply. The not replying is its own kind of message, and you are aware that you wanted her to receive it. Your assistant, a woman you trust completely, now manages your calendar, including personal dinners. A woman you matched with on a private dating app schedules your first date through your assistant's inbox. You did not design this system. It assembled itself the way all systems do, logistically, quietly, and without asking whether you wanted to become the kind of person whose intimacy has a gatekeeper. You are not a person on a date. You are a calendar event someone approved. You sit with this for a week. The sentence does not stop being true. It does not start being comfortable. Maria pitches you at a conference. An actual business pitch deck, projections, competitive analysis. She is sharp and prepared and good. She does not mention the bar. She does not mention the drink. She is professional in a way that makes the memory feel small and old. You listen. You do not fund her. Not revenge. Due diligence. Her margins do not work. Your rejection is clinical where hers was personal. That symmetry is not lost on you. Afterward, coffee. She orders the cocktail. You order water. The drink is still between you, but the power around it has finished rotating. She holds the glass. You hold nothing. The nothing weighs more. What happens when the gatekeeper is not enough, when even the calendar requires a legal document before the first meeting is the thing waiting at the next level? The choreography does not stop when you see through it. It gets notarized. Level 7. $100 million. A tabloid runs a photo of you at a charity gala with a woman. She is your cousin. The headline says, Mystery Companion. You laugh for roughly 4 seconds. Then you check your phone. Your actual girlfriend texted about the article 4 minutes after it published. 4 minutes. The The same interval as the approaches at events. The number is following you. Before your next relationship begins, your attorney sends an NDA. She signs without comment. You ask if it bothered her. She says, "It's normal at this level." You repeat normal in your head for an hour. A legal document that pre-litigates your feelings is normal. A signature that converts intimacy into a contractual framework before the first dinner is normal. You wonder what the word meant before money redefined it. The wondering does not take long, which is its own kind of answer. A woman at an event pursues you openly. She is objectively, structurally, mathematically beautiful. You are 5'9" with a face your mother calls characterful. You understand exactly what is happening. You go along with it. The understanding does not prevent the loneliness. It produces it. You are desired and unseen in the same transaction the way an asset is acquired without being examined. The frame gets more expensive. The canvas does not change. Your sister calls on a Tuesday. Your 8-year-old niece asked a question at dinner. Why does uncle always have a different lady at things? Your sister is laughing. You are not. You do not have an answer that fits in a child's vocabulary. The child's vocabulary is the only honest one left. Different lady is more accurate than anything your PR team has produced. She is 8 years old and she is ahead of you. You lie awake next to the woman who signed the NDA. She is kind. She is real. She does not perform. But the document is in a drawer in the next room. You wonder whether the NDA protects the relationship or replaces trust. Both. The answer is both. The answer being both is the problem. In 20 years, this number will have 3 more zeros and the question will be the same. You will still be lying next to someone wondering if the warmth is for you or for what you represent. The zeros do not change the question. They change how much it costs to ask. Maria's name appears in a TechCrunch feature. She built something real different sector, her own round, her own trajectory. Her success has nothing to do with you. You feel something you did not expect. Clean, uncomplicated respect. The drink from the bar is irrelevant to her story. It is still the first chapter of yours. At a wine event that week, you hold a glass worth more than the entire bar tab from the night she walked your $14 across the room. The drink has scaled beyond recognition. The feeling behind it has not moved an inch. Level 8. $1 billion. You are introduced to a woman at a private dinner. She already knows your net worth, your foundation's focus areas, your last 3 public relationships, and your mother's maiden name. She learned all of this before dessert. You know nothing about her except that she chose the seat next to you, and the choosing required research. The information asymmetry is total. A former girlfriend publishes a memoir. Chapter 7 is about you. She does not use your name. She does not need to. The chapter is called The Weight of Proximity. You read it in one sitting. It is accurate. That is the worst part. She described the relationship better than you experienced it. You were inside it and could not see it. She left and could. The chapter cost you nothing legally. It cost you something you do not have a word for, and the not having a word for it is part of the cost. You count the women in your professional orbit, 2 assistants, a PR director, a philanthropy advisor, a wellness consultant, an event manager, 6 women, all warm, all genuine, all on the payroll. You search for the last woman who entered your life without a professional reason attached. The search goes back 3 years and finds nothing. You are surrounded by women. You are completely alone. Those 2 sentences occupy the same space without contradiction. That is what $1 billion buys you. 2 truths that should cancel each other but do not. Maria reaches out. Not for money, her company is real. Her message is one line. I owe you an apology for something you probably don't remember. You remember. You remember the glass traveling across the bar. You remember the $14. You remember standing there at 22, holding the space where a drink used to be. You respond. I remember. You have dinner. No assistants, no NDAs, no briefing documents. She orders 2 drinks, slides one across the table to you. Same gesture as the bar. Opposite direction. You take it. The glass that left your hand 20 years ago has returned. You hold it and feel something that has no financial equivalent, the specific weight of being seen by someone who knew the original version and chose to come back to it. She is the only woman in your life who is not here because of the number. She is here because of the $14. Both of those are the same thing, and neither of them are. And you hold the drink and do not try to resolve the contradiction. A 23-year-old woman you mentor asks you after a meeting, how do you know if someone likes you for you? You open your mouth. Nothing comes out that is not a lie or a warning. You say, "You'll know." She believes you. You do not. Level 9. $100 billion. A head of state introduces you to her daughter at a diplomatic reception. The introduction is a geopolitical gesture wearing a cocktail dress. The daughter knows your foundation's 5-year plan and your position on 3 regulatory frameworks. She does not know your middle name. Women at this level are ambassadors whether they carry the title or not. Liking is not the framework. Alignment is. A woman you respect, a surgeon, a serious person, steps 6 inches to her left before a camera flash. She did it without thinking. She has been trained by your gravity the way tides are trained by the moon. You did not ask for the gravity. The gravity does not ask permission. You fund a university scholarship program. The director, Dr. Okafor, writes you a thank you letter. It does not mention your net worth. It does not mention the building with your name on it. It mentions a student named Amara who will be the first in her family to graduate. You read the letter 3 times. It is the most honest thing a woman has written to you in a decade. You frame it. It hangs next to things worth millions. It is worth more. Your foundation's annual gala. 400 people. Several women have been briefed what topics to raise, which side to approach from, how long to stay. You watch the choreography from above. You are the event. You are also the loneliest person at it. A woman sits down beside you. Assigned seat, assigned conversation. She is warm, smart, perfectly calibrated. You want to ask one question. What would you say to me if no one was watching? You do not ask. You leave early. You drive yourself to a bar on the east side of a city where you used to deliver food. The bar has been remodeled, exposed brick, craft cocktails. A menu that did not exist when it was a dive with a $14 cocktail that changed the direction of your life. You sit on a stool. You order the drink. The same one. The one you bought from Maria 30 years ago. The bartender does not recognize you. Nobody does. For 20 minutes, you are not a resource, not a calendar event, not a gravitational field. You are no one's headline. A woman sits down on the stool next to you. She does not know your name. She asks if the seat is taken. You say, "It's all yours." She smiles. It costs nothing. It is the most expensive thing you have felt in years. The glass sits on the bar the way it sat 30 years ago, same weight, same shape. Held by a man who spent $100 billion to learn that the $14 was never what she took. What she took was the last time a woman smiled at you without knowing what you were worth. The drink has come home. If this one stayed with you, leave a thought below. Subscribe for more.